How you guys doing? I got myself all statemented up. I got my deer antler and my wild crazy piece. Same time. Too much. Look, 2 bracelets. This guy's going crazy. Somebody stop him. He's too accessorized. I've been a little crazy. I have to make 50 sets for this store. 50 matching pairs of earrings and necklaces. And because the store's been generous to me in the past, they pay wholesale, but they not like low, cheap, barely scraping your knuckles, giving it almost for free wholesale. They pay a very reasonable wholesale price for my stuff, and they order a lot at once. At least they did last spring, and now they want an even larger order. So I don't want to skimp in any possible way. Not that I do that, but I don't want to give them my simple stuff, my cheaper stuff. I want to give them really quality stuff, and I want to put detail and perfection into every little twist. So, when they start opening up all these sets of bags that I bagged up for them and I put them out week by week as stuff sells, they'll be continually surprised at the quality that I offered them. That being said, I am gonna be up pretty late tonight. I was spending the last few weeks working on these, and now it's always cram time the last couple of days. I gave myself an extra couple of days, and I'm still it's still gonna get really close to the edge, but I'm really happy with a lot of the pieces that came out. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I want you guys to know that I will be putting out way more videos trying to show you really cool stuff that I haven't shown you before in the next few days after I get this order done tomorrow. And so tell me what you want to see. I ask this about once a month, once every 2 months, but I mean it every time. And some of your suggestions and comments have led to some of my highest viewed videos ever. Stuff that I thought, I already did that. You don't want to see that again. And you did want to see it again. You wanted a little more detail or whatever, and I tried to give that to you, and those videos blew up. And so you guys have your finger on the pulse of what people want to know, because you are a person and you want to know something, or you probably wouldn't be watching this. So tell me, please, comments. What do you want to see more of? What did I put in a video that I left out some details, or I made a video and you want to see 5 more versions of that with embellishments, or something I never did before? Can't hurt to ask. You never know. I've done some weird stuff that you might not even know of in the art world. Don't Google search me and try to find out some of that history. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing to worry about that I know of. Anyway, I also wanted to tell you that you guys have the coolest art form ever. If you like watching these videos just because they're fun, then I don't blame you, because I think they're fun too. But if you are an active participant of making jewelry and art that you see here, you have one of the best art forms ever. I don't think you understand how lucky and blessed you are. Like a painter is gonna get paint everywhere. The paint has a certain time it needs to dry. You can only work with it during, depending on the paint. You have a window where the paint is at the right consistency. And then as you're applying the paint, that window changes depending on how thin you make the paint, what colors you blend it with, whatever. And it's messy. You need protective clothing sometimes, or a drop cloth, whatever. You need at least a certain amount of room. So that's paint. Ceramics, forget it. Glass blowing, the levels it bumps up with cost, with space you need, with machinery and tools, and just mess, potential for self-harm, safety, all kinds of stuff. Every kind of art form usually has its level of mess and sloppiness. But what you're doing, wire wrapping little stones, little semi-precious stones, it is literally, I think, the coolest in that it's the easiest art form. You need 2 square feet of tabletop. That's it, barely. You could practically do it in your lap. I've sat in the passenger side on long trips to a show and I wanted to up my inventory and it was the other guy's turn to drive. I literally sat there with a box on my lap and just busted out rings for 2 hours. Like, I've watched 2 movies and made like 40 rings. I've, like, at the coffee table in front of the television. I've sat in Starbucks and just made pieces, and I don't recommend Starbucks regular coffee. Their signature drinks, sure. The regular coffee, anyway, that's another story. But they happen to have some of the best lounges that are open a lot of hours. So anyway, you guys have a freaking amazing art form. Take advantage of that. Bring a little kit with you. Have like a little kit with just bare essentials. Don't overdo it. Just take the smallest amount, just a little bag of stones, a couple spools of like your most commonly used wire, like 2 or 3 of your most basic tools, and maybe a tiny little thing of E6000 if you use that. I do, but you don't have to. But, just like a little kit. I'm telling you, like a little kit. Bring it with you everywhere you go. Keep it in your car. Throw it in your backpack. Get some downtime. You're stuck somewhere. You're bored. You're waiting for someone at the bus stop. You're waiting, for someone to get home. You're stuck at a party and you're bored out of your mind and you don't want to talk to anybody. Go be an introvert and go find a room somewhere. Start making jewelry. And you'll actually make friends that way. People will be like, "What are you doing? That's so cool. That's so pretty. Look at that." And you'll be like, "Oh, I was trying to get away from people. Now they're finding me." But if you want to sell an art, you can't be that much of an introvert most of the time. You got to be willing to swim with the people, unless you want to just make it and sell it online or ways so you don't have to deal with people. Anyway, I'm rambling again because I want to put more videos out, and I miss you guys and I miss interacting with you guys. It's only been like a day, but I'm used to putting out a bunch and in a small amount of time. So let me get this order done, and then in the next day or two, I'm going to try to make some cool ones and put in the comments what you want to see. Thanks.